Hey guys, and welcome to Trainz. Today we are comparing Trainz 19 to Tane. We are running my simple route which I created on YouTube. On the left currently we've got Tane, on the right we have 2019. As you can see, visually it looks quite different. What you will notice is a bit of jerkiness on both sides. That's my recording rather than actually the gameplay. You will also notice that certainly on Trainz 19 you will see a lot of assets missing. There's still about 150 missing, so do expect to see that. Right now that's Trainz. Now we're on to... No, that was Tane. Now this is 19. You can see it's a lot more greyer, not more gritty. It's just Tane again. And as you can see, a lot of the ground effects aren't actually running. Actually, when I first loaded this, even the track wasn't there. The bullhead track, the UK bullhead track, nope. So I've had to swap that over. It took me rather a long time to actually make this running. It was about 8 hours yesterday it took me to actually just get it running. So many assets not actually working. I was rather pleased with myself when I finally did. I certainly like the realism of Trainz 19. It's a lot more colourful on Tane, the route, and the settings are pretty much the same. I've set to good rather than absolutely fabulous graphics. So it's not an ultra, in other words. This shot I like. Both are set to midday. They're set to the current date. It's just the shaders are treating the game differently. So I think once I actually start playing this route, and I will do, and I'll probably put a video on it as well, I will knock out a lot of this grass and put Turf FX in. In fact, all of it. Let's face it, I'll probably take out all of it. But it was a complete nightmare making it work, I have to say. Yeah, the first thing I noticed when I loaded it, and it did load, which was good, was there's no track. So I edited it, I found one which actually was working, and I pretty much copy and pasted that one into where the asset for the broken was, which is the bullhead track. And gave it the original assets ID. I know that's not the way to do it, there are ways to fix it. And I did try and fix it beforehand, but just no go. You also notice the traffic's not actually running. Again, I suspect that's more to do with the assets not loading. You'll hear some trains in the background, there's more running on the set. If you want to see this being built, it's actually on YouTube. Just go to my channel and have a look at the simple route. Takes it right from start to end. Now I'm going to flick over about now. And look at that. The atmosphere. It's so much more atmospheric. Again, I do say the jerkiness is my recording rather than anything else. I did want to record externally. For some strange reason, it's not recording the sound of the game. It's a bit weird. And I didn't want to try and match up the sound from another recording onto that recording, and it just seemed very difficult. I think if it was one long recording I would have. But as I've got so many cuts, as you see, it just proved a little bit more difficult. Above my ability. I do think some of the jerkiness actually on 19 for this route is the fact that a load of assets aren't properly running. There's the Darsley diesel. So I think on the simple route which I built on YouTube, there will be another episode of that, and I probably on the new route as well. I might actually show you me fixing that one, show you how I would do it. I suspect I'm going to be on the forums asking a lot of questions though. Look on the right here, that one that the brick house has actually gone, unfortunately. That's another asset which is not working. A number of things in the churchyard aren't actually there. You can't see from this angle. How's the diesel? We'll actually be riding on board on that, on the split screen a little bit later. Actually, after this, once we see this one out. And we'll do half the run on that. And again, that's interesting to watch. We're going to flick over to 19 in a second. This is Tane. And just look at the truck. And look at the shadows around the cars now. So much nicer. Now, I must say, on the last video, I did mention a bit about the turf effects. So I said I was hoping the trees were going to use some of the API for that. It's probably not possible. I've read up a lot more about it now. There do seem to be more animated trees, though, on the face of it. It looks like they have put more in. But it's using the exact same system we was using before. My bad track laying. I have a feeling that some of you are actually going to prefer the look of Tane, though. You know, comment to me, tell me what you think. It is certainly more colourful, Tane. Although I bet if you tweak the settings on 19, you'd probably make it exactly the same. I do now worry for content creators that a lot of the stuff which said it was inbuilt before, I forget the exact term, i.e. not a download, is now not working 19. Here we go, we're on the diesel now. I start the one on the top, which is Tane, a little bit further up the road, because they actually meet at the end pretty much. I think actually the one at the bottom, 19, actually finishes first. If you think of it as a race, he's going to win it. Doesn't it, again, look more atmospheric? A lot darker, the tunnel, like it would be. Yeah, when I built this is the factory area. I wanted it to feel grimy, and honestly, on 19 down the bottom, it really does. If somebody out there knows how to change assets without going into them and editing them, I mean, like the track, for instance, if I were to change it to a different track, please do let me know in the comments. It's something I probably should do. If I want to re-release this, I can't just... I need to update it in a way that it'll work for everyone, not just on my local system. So is there a config file or something which can be used? Do any of you know that? Please do let me know. It's interesting on the track on 19 round here, it's actually got slightly better than it was running originally. When I ran it first time, there were bits of ground just missing. So I don't know if it managed to download something else. Unfortunately, as I say, a lot of the problems were it knows what the assets are, but they're not available on the download center anymore. Now that... oh, there's a big glitch at the top there. I think that's because they're actually inbuilt, or they came with a route which, when I bought Tane, they were on that, and so I've obviously just used those. Well, the download centre a lot did say they're there, but they just can't find the actual download anymore. There's no file. Did you notice the light on the Tane version there? It just weren't very light. It's always done that in that segment. So the train lights go on and just light everything up. So obviously, once again, this is Tane, and a sec we flick over. And suddenly there's no one there. So these carriages are exactly the same thing with. The carriages didn't work, so I edited them over. They were Staniers on the original. Technically, I looked on these on the download center. These are LNERs, but in the BR colour. So this is Tane. I think now, yeah, here we go. We flick over again. So if anyone's wondering, it's the turf effects is only just grass, and so again the animated bushes we saw and the trees are using a different method to animate them. I like that shot. A lot of arty shots in here. I did try to make a few, set a few up. And this route is just for looking at, really. It's not for playing. It's too short for playing. This was my train set. Let's do buses together, yes. Just like in reality, two come together at once, and then there's another half an hour to an hour before another one comes. Even in London. And of course, they don't actually tie into the times trains either. Even in London. It's just annoying. You get to the train station and have to wait another half an hour because the train's just gone 5 minutes ago because the bus doesn't time in with it. Very integrated plan we have here. Anyway, what do you think? Tell me what you guys think. This is pretty much it now. Another train will come into the station. So what we've been looking at today really is just the shaders. We're not looking at any of the new assets. We're just looking at how does an old route perform on the new game. And what we found out, certainly in my route, is a lot of it's missing. But even so, I think it looks fantastic. It looks much better. But that's it. That's it for today. But again, tell me what you think. I really do like to hear. And if you, the questions I was asking earlier, if you have any ideas how I can change things over, do let me know. But thank you very much for watching. If you did like it, please do press the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, and please do. And if you press that ding dong bell button, it even tells you when I put stuff on. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.